For this final installment of our Musical Monday Advent series, we are taking a look at ELW number 723, Canticle of the Turning, a fitting and rousing conclusion to our series of Advent songs that are all connected by the ideas of justice, liberation, and hope that accompanies the coming of the Messiah. And even with all these radical songs we've looked at and listened to this past month, both the music and the text of Canticle of the Turning is perhaps the most outwardly earth-shaking in this series. Text author Rory Cooney writes of his decision to set this tune to an Irish melody. I decided that I wanted to use music that suggested the revolutionary spirit of the canticle, that cosmic tables are being turned over, as it were. And who has better songs of uprising than the Irish? In the title of this song, the word turning is in fact referring to revolution. Cooney goes on to say the idea of turning in the title was both a nod to the inner conceit of revolution, derived from the Latin volvere, which means to turn, and to the message of Jesus' preaching in all three of the synoptic gospels, the core message of which was repent and believe the good news. If you're interested in learning more about Rory Cooney, you can find his blog at rorycooney.blogspot.com. Cooney's text is a paraphrase of the Magnificat, a text that encompasses both the magnitude and strength of God's righteousness, as well as the tenderness that comes with God's care of the poor, hungry, and the acknowledgement of the lowliness of our own humanity. And it is a fitting summation of our Advent songs that have shared this theme of justice and liberation. I hope these videos the last 4 weeks have perhaps challenged the way you think about this season in the church year. Advent is not always warm and cozy, as I've said a couple times now these past few weeks. What is your role in being a part of the good news this season? I created the recording we are about to listen to for the 2021 Upstate New York ELCA virtual Synod Assembly. This hymn in particular was part of a worship service commemorating the 50th anniversary of the ordination of women in the ELCA. I'm at the organ for this, and it is sung by a handful of women from our conference. And now, before we listen to this hymn, I'll leave you with this thought from our devotional resource, Barn Geese Worship. God's transforming justice is coming thick and fast, whether we're ready for it or not. It is full of urgency, not decorum. Christmas is just a few days away. All of our waiting, longing, and preparation has come down to this. Whether we're ready or not, the world is about to turn.
From the halls of power to the fortress town, not a stone will be left on stone. Let the king beware, for your justice tears every tyrant from his throne. The hungry poor shall weep no more, for the food they can never earn. There are tables spread, every mouth be fed, for the world is about to turn. My heart shall sing of the day you bring, let the fires of your justice burn. Wipe away all tears, for the dawn draws near, and the world is about to turn. Though the